small group, you have technology, you have direct instruction, and you have a fluency reader. So they have a microphone, they have to read the passage, they have to record themselves reading the passage over and over and over again. There's also a vocabulary unit in there where if they don't know a vocabulary word when they're reading, they click on the word and it gives them the vocabulary word. There's also a writing element. There's also a spelling element. So all those things go hand in hand. Alright, so the student now has a purpose for what they're doing because it shows their progress. It shows what they're charting. And when students have purpose, they're able to read more because now they know where they're going. Alright? Any questions on any of that?
Is this just for special ed?
This right now will be for special ed. Now this is, I'm gonna go over our action plan right quick and then that might answer some of the questions.
So whenever they do like a pre-test, quote unquote, to give them their Lexile score, like that's what it generates their,
It'll
generates their,
Good question.
their information that they need to learn based off of. But is there a option for the students to like choose like some of their favorites, like sports
Yes.
or things like that, so that way they can?
When they first start the program, they get to choose like types of books they would like to read, types of pictures they would like to read. So everything's going to be based off that. Then you take the SRI test. What it gives is your Lexile score, a true Lexile score. Now based off that, the technology portion will build what they need to start with reading. So somebody might be on a 5th grade reading level, another person might be on a 3rd grade reading level. So someone walks in, it's going to look like they're doing the same thing, but one person is going to be reading a passage on their reading level, another one on theirs. And then it's going to be based off, some people like sports, some people like something else, some people like novels, mysteries. So it's going to be based off things like that. Our action plan is to compare the reading scores after the Read 180 implementation for the school year. So basically we take the Scantron this year, we've already took the pre-test and the post-test. We'll take it again pre-test around September of next year. They will be in Read 180 at the start of school in August. They will get at least an hour a day. They'll get small group instruction from it. They'll be able to do the reading component technology-wise on their own. They'll be able to get in small groups. They'll be able to do individuals. They'll have Read 180 books. So they'll have all that, and all that goes forth. The technology portion, it measures what they're doing. And you can also see their own task or if they're not on task. All right, data can be collected weekly. So we can send that out weekly because we can send data reports. All students participating in this particular study right now will be below grade level in reading. All right, they'll all be below grade level. We're focusing right now, we're going to aim it small, all right? And we're going to focus on the special ed kids in just these 2 classes. Now, there are some limitations. We changed from the ACT Aspire to the Scantron. All right, so that's a limitation right there. It's a different test. Does it measure the same things? We won't know. It'll take at least a year, maybe 2, to get enough data to see if this is working. Scantron does allow for a pre and post test, so we're getting at least 2 tests a year. So in 2 years, we'll have 4 tests to look at. Cedar Bluff has waived the cost of the program. Since we are a focus school, we got extra money. So we were able to buy it. We're going to buy 3 years worth. And like I said, we have 30 seats. That's about $30,000. We're going to focus on these 15. What my goal would be is if this is working, I'd like to expand it to our tier 2 kids. The ones that are about to be in special ed, and maybe we can ramp them up so they won't be in special ed. We'll focus in the county after that. Maybe we'll take this district-wide. But we want to focus small, and then we want to aim small. Schedule of activities. We've identified the problem, all right? We've identified that in May. We'll collect the data. We'll collect the data from here on out. It's always about data. We'll examine the student records at the end of this month, right before May after they take the Scantron. We'll do it again in September when they take it, right before the 2nd semester, and we'll do it at the end of the year. All right, we've already selected the participants. I've done the review of literature. We'll hold review sessions basically starting in September. We will hold a review session every month with our PST program. So we will look at the data. We'll analyze the data monthly, and we'll give a report out. I'll give a report out at the end of the Scantron pretest, at the end of the Scantron post-test in May. And I hope to do that for the next 3 years. That'll be the type of the process that we're looking at. Any questions about what we want to try to accomplish?
So you only identify one problem in May, but what if another problem generates?
Well, like I said, we want to aim
will that
small.
program like catch it?
We want to aim small. We're saying reading comprehension for those kids is what we're looking at. Now, are there benefits to, let's say if a kid can't read and they take the science test. What is the science test now? It's based off what?
Reading.
Reading. What's the math test based off of?
Reading.
Reading. So if you can't read, you're not going to be able to do science, you're not going to be able to do math, so it's probably causing all our test scores to go down. But if we're looking at a broad picture right now, we don't want to overextend ourselves. Because if I'm looking at math and I'm looking at science and I'm looking at reading, okay, now I've overextended myself. I want to aim small. Does it help us become better readers? We already know the research says if you're a better reader, you're going to be better in math, word problems, and you're going to be better on standard tests. So our focus is, can we become better readers? It also will help with behavior, but that's something else that we don't want to look at right now. Studies show if kids actively engaged and he knows how to read and he's learning and he has a program and a process to go through, there's going to be less discipline problems for you. And then the teacher is able to help other students as opposed to having to read like a paragraph to one kid. That kid has the technology portion around it. Okay? All good questions. All right? Appreciate you guys coming in. That's the end.